They're very prepared. I mean, this is a company that has been developing mRNA vaccines for a while. COVID-19 vaccine is not their first, downs with mRNA vaccines. They've got about 5 to 10 others that they brought into the clinic. So their ability to manufacture these and deliver them, I think, is pretty well validated.
What will you be looking for in terms of the FDA discussion that you're following and some of the commentary, assuming that we do get that emergency use authorization go ahead and potentially the FDA the approval?
Yeah, Sarah, the FDA discussion really is first, centered around safety and efficacy of the vaccines. They have to do their job, which they're doing, I think, both for the Pfizer-BioNTech Advisory Committee meeting and for this one. The second part of the discussion is actually not as obvious, but it's really to make sure that they poke at the data enough and give enough feedback to Moderna, to Pfizer-BioNTech, to say, hey, look, you need to gather this data and do these follow-up studies because the main consumer of these vaccines is going to be the American public. And we need to make sure that these vaccines are delivered in time to them. And that there are no unforeseen sort of side effects that end up happening, or something that puts people at risk or worse, scares them. So I think those are the two main areas that the FDA discussions are centered around.
What does it mean for investors? You say in the notes today that the stock is basically done in 1 year what it would have done in 3 to 5 years. That tells me that I got to be careful if I'm thinking about investing into Moderna now.
Right. Scott, it's a really good point. I mean, people say that, being up almost 700% is something, pretty amazing. If I told you something was up 700% over, 4 years, you would be less impressed. The thing is, we've gone back and looked at peer group companies like Vertex, like Alexion, like Regeneron. They took about 5 years to bring a drug to market, the first one, and then about 5 years to get to peak sales. And in that 10-year period, they grew 10x to 40x their share price. So Moderna is up just 7x since its IPO. In the next 5 years, as they bring other products to market and hit peak sales with the COVID-19 franchise, I really think that this is just the beginning of a story that we have never seen before in biotech, the scale of which in the clinical and commercial side, I think people are just starting to comprehend.
Thanks very much for joining us. We will talk to you soon, Hartaj Singh. Appreciate it very much.
Great.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.